Welcome back to The Bible Hits Different. I'm Grace,
And I'm Robert.
and today we're talking about one of the most famous stories Jesus ever told. But honestly, it hits way harder when you realize it's not just a story about some kid thousands of years ago. It's about us.
Yeah, because this is about rebellion, regret, and maybe most of all, redemption. The story of the prodigal son.
So picture this: a father with two sons. The younger one comes up to his dad and basically says, "I want my inheritance now."
Which in that culture is like saying, I wish you were dead. Just give me my share and let me live my life.
It's bold, it's offensive, it's heartbreaking, but here's the shocking part. The father gives it to him. He doesn't fight, he lets his son walk away.
Sometimes love doesn't chain someone down. Sometimes it lets them go, even when it hurts.
So the son takes his money, heads to a far-off city, and blows it all. Like he's living wild, parties, friends, reckless spending. He's that guy who thinks he's free, but he's actually falling apart inside.
And eventually the money runs out. The friends disappear. And right on cue, a famine hits. Now he's broke, hungry, and desperate.
He ends up working for a farmer, feeding pigs, which for a Jewish man is the lowest of the low, because pigs were considered unclean.
And he's so hungry, he starts eyeing the pig's food. Like that's how rock bottom he is.
And then it says he came to his senses. He remembers his father. He thinks, even my dad's servants have food to eat. Maybe I can go back, not as a son, but at least as a hired worker.
He rehearses this whole apology speech. Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm not worthy to be called your son. He's ready to crawl back home in shame.
So he starts walking back, and here's where the story shifts. His father sees him while he's still a long way off.
Which means the father had been watching, waiting, hoping.
And instead of standing there with crossed arms, instead of waiting for an apology, the father runs. He runs to his son, throws his arms around him, kisses him, and won't even let him finish his speech.
It's like the father's saying, you don't have to earn your way back. You're already mine.
He gives him a robe, a ring, sandals, throws a party, says, my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.
But the story doesn't end there. Remember the older brother? He's been faithful, working the fields, doing everything right.
And when he hears the party music, he's furious. He's like, wait, my brother wastes everything and he gets a party? I've been here all along and no one celebrates me.
The father comes out to him too, and he says, you're always with me. Everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate because your brother was lost and now he's found.
The father comes out to him too, and he says, you're always with me. Everything I have is yours, but we had to celebrate because your brother was lost and now he's found.
Yeah. One son needed forgiveness for wasting everything. The other needed forgiveness for pride, and the father meets them both with grace.
Which is kind of the point, right? No matter how far you've gone, no matter how broken the relationship feels, no matter how much shame you're carrying, God's heart is still for you.
And he's not waiting at the door, arms crossed, to shame you. He's running toward you.
We all hit rock bottom in different ways. Maybe it's choices we regret. Maybe it's burning bridges with people we love. Maybe it's waking up one day and realizing this isn't the life I thought freedom would look like.
But the beauty of this story is that coming home is always an option. And God doesn't just take you back reluctantly, he celebrates you.
And sometimes we're the older brother, looking down on people who get grace we don't think they deserve. But grace, by definition, is undeserved.
Exactly. And if God can throw a party for someone else's return, we should be able to celebrate too.
So maybe the question for you today is this: are you the younger son needing to come home, or the older son needing to let go of bitterness and embrace grace?
Either way, the father's waiting, and his arms are wide open.
That's why this story hits different, because it reminds us that forgiveness isn't earned, it's given.
Thanks for listening to The Bible Hits Different. If this spoke to you, share it with a friend who needs to hear about second chances.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we dive into another story that proves these words are alive.